What's going on, everybody? It's Nick Payne with Facemask Fantasy, and we have begun highlighting some of the 2022 rookie prospects right here on this channel. We'll, of course, update our coverage on these players as the offseason develops, and especially so after they've been drafted and we know the situation they are stepping into. Up today, USC wide receiver Drake London, a big-bodied, former multi-sport athlete currently being mocked to go later in the first round of the NFL draft. London enters the draft following his junior season. In 9 games in 2021, he totaled 88 catches on 124 targets for 1,084 yards and 7 touchdowns. He went down week 9 after suffering a fractured ankle and missed the rest of the season. So his numbers in limited action are pretty impressive. London had close to a 25% target share for the Trojans, and he did break out as a freshman, so to break out early is a good sign for his NFL prospects. But his college dominator score of 22, according to Player Profile, isn't exactly eye-popping, especially considering his competition in the Pac-12 isn't exactly on par with other major conferences. London is a towering receiver, standing at 6'5", weighs about 210 pounds. If you were to make a current-day comparison, he's got a similar frame to Mike Williams, although Williams has probably about 10 more pounds of muscle. London proved to be a versatile playmaker in college, but he projects as a vertical threat at the NFL level. He's going to have to use his size to his advantage to come down with contested catches and 50-50 balls. Statistically speaking, his best season was by far this past one, his junior year. He totaled more yards in 2021 than he did in 2019 and 2020 combined. Of course, the Pac-12 played a condensed schedule in 2020 due to COVID, and he's caught more than 70% of his targets all 3 years at USC. One thing that might hold him back is he doesn't have elite speed for his size or otherwise. Because he should be used as a possession receiver on the outside, this shouldn't be too big of a concern, but the physicality of the NFL is a different beast than what London is used to playing in the Pac-12. He should earn some playing time because of his willingness to block, and his length should cause problems for opposing defensive backs. NFL draft experts are currently mocking London to be drafted in the first round. The upside and potential of pass catchers in today's NFL is always likely to help boost the draft prospects of a receiver like London, but the back half of the first round feels more realistic than the top half. For Dynasty purposes, he's probably a late first-round pick, much like his expected draft selection in the NFL draft. He won't supplant Treylon Burks or Garrett Wilson, and there's 3 or 4 running backs who are likely to be preferred over him as well. And if it's a super flex league that you play in, that'll push him even further down the board by a couple extra spots. We don't have all of London's workout metrics yet. That information will come with the NFL Combine and or his pro day. Ultimately, though, I have some pause about London as a prospect, because while he compiled some very impressive stats in a limited number of games as a junior, it's more or less expected for a top prospect to put up big numbers as an upperclassman. And with the Dominator score being low against what you can probably call quote-unquote lesser competition, it's enough for me to likely pass on him as of right now and let someone else take a shot. Again, we'll continue to update our evaluations and analysis as the offseason continues, especially following the NFL Combine. And depending on his landing spot, maybe this tune changes. But we're a long way off from the NFL draft. We're going to have to wait and see how things play out. But what do you guys think about Drake London? Put any thoughts you have in the comment section below. We can have a conversation about this. We also host live streams on our channel each Tuesday and Thursday, all offseason long at 6 p.m. Eastern. Come hang out, come talk Dynasty, or any other general fantasy football topics that you care to discuss. Till then, this is Nick Payne with Facemask Fantasy. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for listening.